Good afternoon to everyone. So in this session, I'm going to start Unit 1, that is multi-stage amplifiers. Okay, coming to the introduction. We know that an amplifier circuit which is used to increase the strength of the weak input signal, right? So simply the process of increasing the signal strength is nothing but amplification. But in mostly practical applications, the amplification process is done by using multi-stage amplifiers. See, multi-stage amplifiers are formed by connecting, nothing but cascading, a number of single-stage amplifiers. In single-stage amplifiers, there is only a single transistor in the circuitry for amplifying a weak signal. See, so this is the single-stage transistor amplifier circuit. See, here when a weak input signal is given to a base of the transistor, which is a shown figure. So here input signal, if you are giving a weak input signal at the input of the amplifier, so a small amount of base current flows, but due to the transistor action, a large current flows in the collector of the transistor. See, actually the collector current, that is beta times of the base current, right? You know that IC equal to beta into IB. See, collector current is beta times of the base current. See, when the collector current increases, the voltage drop across the resistor. The drop across the resistor also increases. So nothing but the output is taken the collector. See, here from this single stage transistor amplifier, here the resistors R1, R2 and RE. These forms the biasing and stabilization circuit. So nothing but which helps in the establishing a particular operating point R1, R2 and RE. So these three resistors forms the biasing and stabilization circuit, and also helps to establishing a proper operating point. Here the input capacitor, that is Cin. Cin is the input capacitor, so which couples the input signal. The capacitor Cin couples the input signal to the base of the transistor, as well as Cin allows AC signal and also isolates the signal source from R2. See, here we have R2. If this capacitor, that is if Cin is not present, then the applied input signal get directly applied, so which changes the bias at R2. See, the purpose of the input capacitor is to coupling the input signal to the base of the transistor. Otherwise, if there is no Cin, then the applied input is directly, the input signal is get directly applied, so which changes the bias at resistor 2, that is R2. And Cc, that is the coupling capacitor. Cc is the coupling capacitor. See, this coupling capacitor is present at the end of one stage. See, we are considering a single stage, right? And it connects the other stage. The name it indicates that it tells the coupling capacitor. So it present at one stage, end of the one stage and connects to the other stage. So simply it is called as coupling capacitor. See, due to presence of this coupling capacitor, the output across the resistor, so that is RL, is free from the collector's DC voltage. If the coupling capacitor is not present, so the bias conditions of the next stage will be drastically changed due to the shunting effect of RC. As it would come in parallel to R2 of next stage. So this is, we are considering a single stage transistor amplifier because this is the basic to construct the multi-stage amplifiers. Here multi-stage amplifiers nothing but they're cascading a number of single stage transistor amplifiers. So that's why a single stage transistor amplifier circuit is basic to construct the multi-stage amplifiers. See, next, emitter bypass capacitor, CE. CE is the emitter bypass capacitor. So here this capacitor is employed in parallel to the emitter resistor, that is RE, and the amplified AC is bypassed through this only. If this is not present, then the signal will pass through RE, which produce a voltage drop across RE. So that will feedback the input signal, reducing the output voltage. Okay, the next element, that is load resistor, RL. So the load resistor is connected at the output. So simply it is known as load resistor. So RL is the resistance which is connected at the output. That's why we simply call it as load resistor. And here IB indicates the base current, and IC is the collector current, and IE is the emitter current. See, the next one is classification of amplifiers. See, amplifiers are classified in different types depending upon many considerations. So one is based on number of stages, and also based on its output and input signals and frequency range, and also biasing conditions. And also based on coupling method also. So let's see one by one. Based on type of configuration, amplifiers are classified into common emitter amplifier, common base, and common collector, as well as based on number of stages. So amplifiers are classified into single stage amplifiers as well as multi-stage amplifiers. Based on input signals, so type of signal, that is based on type of the signal. So small signal amplifiers as well as large signal amplifiers. Based on biasing conditions, the amplifiers are also classified into Class A amplifier, Class B amplifier, Class AB amplifier, and Class C amplifier. Based on frequency range of the signals we are going to use, the amplifiers are also classified into audio amplifiers, and also power amplifiers. Okay, so these are the classification of amplifiers based on different considerations. Nothing but based on different considerations. One is type of the input signal, and also based on number of stages and type of configuration, and based on biasing conditions, and also the frequency range of operation. So amplifiers are classified into different types. See, the next one is multi-stage amplifiers. See, multi-stage amplifiers are constructed by simply cascading the number of single-stage amplifiers. That's nothing but, in multi-stage amplifiers, the output of first stage is coupled to the input of next stage using a coupling device. So these coupling devices can usually be a capacitor or transformer. See, this process of joining two amplifier stages using a coupling device can be called as simply cascading. See, here we have a figure that is here AV1, AV2, and so on to AVN. So these are all the amplifiers with some gain. Here I am going to connecting all these amplifiers, nothing but cascading. See, the process of joining amplified stages using a coupling device. Here I am using a coupling device and I am going to joining all these amplifiers. So simply this process is called cascading. And the overall gain of this output, nothing but the output is the overall gain is the product of voltage gain of individual stages. So here the gain of multi-stage amplifiers is high. See, A dash V is the my overall gain of this amplifier, this multi-stage amplifier. So this is the product of AV1, AV2, AV3, and so on. So the next topic is types of coupling. The purpose of coupling device is, the basic of coupling devices are to transfer the AC from the output of one stage to the input of next stage, to block the DC to pass from the output of one stage to the input of next stage. That's nothing but to isolate the DC conditions, we are using coupling device. See, types of coupling. Here we have four basic methods to coupling by using the coupling devices such as resistors, capacitors, and also transformers. The first one is resistance capacitance coupling, and second one is impedance coupling, third one is transformer coupling, and the last one is direct coupling. See, in resistor capacitance coupling, so this is mostly used in method in the method of coupling. So here simply a resistor capacitor combination. It is a resistor capacitor combination. The capacitor which allows AC and blocks the DC is the main coupling element used here. The coupling capacitor passes AC from the output of one stage to the input of next stage. Here, while blocking the DC components from DC bias voltages to affect the next stage. See, in the first case, that is resistance capacitance coupling. Here simply in this coupling we are uses simply a resistor and capacitor combination. And the capacitor allows the AC and blocks the DC. So this is the main coupling element here. And the second one is impedance coupling. In this coupling network, mainly inductance and capacitance are used as the coupling elements. So that's why it is called as inductance coupling network. So in this impedance, see, in this impedance coupling method, the impedance of coupling coil depends on its inductance and signal frequency. But this method is not so popular and is seldom employed. So mostly resistance and capacitance coupling is used. And third one is transformer coupling. So in this coupling method, a transformer is used as a coupling device. In transformer coupling, there is no capacitor used in this method because transformer itself conveys the AC component directly to the base of the second stage. So the secondary winding of the transformer provides a base return path. So that's why there is no need of base resistance. So this coupling is popular for its efficiency and its impedance matching. So that's why this is also mostly used. That is transformer coupling. And the final one is direct coupling. See, direct coupling, the name it tells that the previous sampler stage, that is the output of the first stage is connected to the next amplifier stage directly. So the name it tells that direct coupling. Okay, so there is no coupling device. So the individual stage bias conditions are designed so that the stages can be directly connected without a DC isolation. See, this coupling method, that is the direct coupling method, is mostly used when the load is connected in series with the output terminal of the active circuit element. So the best example for the direct coupling is headphones, loudspeakers also. So these are the different types of couplings. One is resistance capacitance coupling and impedance coupling, and third one is transformer coupling, and fourth one is direct coupling. See, the next topic is two-stage RC coupled amplifier. See, in this two-stage RC coupled amplifier, the circuit has two transistors, right? But in previous case, that is single stage transistor amplifier, we have only one transistor. Two-stage RC coupled amplifier has two transistors, and they are connected in common emitter configuration, and also a common power supply we are used, that is VCC. The potential divider network R1, R2, and the resistor RE forms the biasing and stabilization network, and CE, emitter bypass capacitor CE, offers a low reactance path to the signal. Here RL is the load impedance. The resistor RL is used as a load impedance. So the input capacitance Cin is presented at the initial stage of the amplifier, so which helps to couples the AC signal to the base of the transistor, right? So the capacitor Cc is the coupling capacitor, so that connects two stages, right? So Cc is the coupling capacitor that connects the. It is present at the one end of the first stage and connects to the the beginning portion of the next amplifier, next stage amplifier. So Cc is the coupling capacitor. So which prevents the coupling capacitor prevents the DC interference between the stages and also controls the shift of operation. Okay, so this is the two-stage RC coupled amplifier. So coming to its operation, here when an AC signal is applied to the base of first transistor, so the transistor get amplified and appears at the collector load RL. So collector load RL, so which is passes through the coupling capacitor Cc, right? So this is the first stage, this is the another stage. So two stages nothing but they here two stages are cascaded, right? Two stages are cascaded. So the output of the first stage which is passes, which is that is see. The coupling capacitor is used to couple the first stage as well as second stage. The amplified output at the collector load RL, which is passes through the coupling capacitor CC to the next stage. So this becomes the input of the next stage, right? So the output of the first stage becomes the input of the next stage. So the amplified output gain will appears across the its collector load. So thus the signal is amplified in stage by stage action. Okay, this is the operation of two-stage RC coupled amplifier. Initially we are applied a AC input signal at the base of first transistor. Simply at collector it gets amplified, and through the CC we are passing the output of first stage to the second stage transistor base as input. We get the output at the collector. Collector load of the second stage. So this is the operation of a two-stage RC coupled amplifier. So this is the transformer coupled amplifier. The next topic is transformer coupled amplifier. See, in transformer coupled amplifier, the stages of amplifier are coupled using a transformer, right? Here the coupling takes place through a transformer. That is, the first stage is connected to the next stage using a coupling transformer. So simply we are calling it as a transformer coupled amplifier. Here the coupling transformer, that is T1. T1 is the coupling transformer. So it is used to fed the output of first stage to the input of second stage. So the collector load is replaced by the primary winding of the transformer. The secondary winding is connected between the potential divider and base of second stage, so which provides the input to the second stage. So instead of coupling capacitor like RC coupled amplifier, a transformer is used for coupling. Here, two stages in the transformer coupled amplifier circuit, right? So previously we are taking RC coupling, resistance capacitance coupling, but here instead of that we are taking a transformer for the coupling purpose of two stages, that is T1 and T2. Here also the potential divider network R1, R2 and RE. R1 and R2 and the resistor RE, this forms the biasing and stabilization network. So the emitter bypass capacitor, that is CE, which offers a low reactance path to the signal, and also the resistance, the resistor RL is used as a load impedance. So the input capacitor Cin, always input capacitor Cin is present at the initial stage of the amplifier. So the input capacitor Cin is used to couple the input AC signal to the first stage, that is base of the transistor. The capacitor CC is the coupling capacitor that connects the two stages, right? So CC means coupling capacitor. So connect the two stages and prevents the DC interference between the stages, and also controls the shift of operation. So this is about the transformer coupled amplifier construction. So coming to its operation, then AC signal is given to the input is applied to the input of the base of first stage So then it gets amplified by the transistor and appears at the collector, to which, right? So initially we are applying a AC signal to the base of first transistor. So due to the transistor action, it gets amplified. That is, the input signal gets amplified, and which is appears at the collector. From this collector through the primary of transformer. See, here T1 is the prime. Here T1 is the coupling transformer. Here P is the primary. See, the amplified signal. See, this is the first stage. The amplified signal by the transistor get that is the output appears at the collector of the first stage, right? From that, see, the primary of the transformer is connected to the collector terminal of the first stage, right? See, here the transformer, which is used as a coupling device in this circuit, has the property of impedance changing. So which means the low resistance of a stage can be reflected as a high load resistance to the previous stage. So that's the main point. So simply the voltage at the primary is transferred according to the turns ratio of the secondary winding of the transformer. See, whatever the voltage at the primary is transferred according to the turns ratio of the secondary winding of the transformer. So this transformer coupling provides a good impedance matching between the stages of amplifier. The transformer coupled amplifier is nothing but this transformer coupled amplifier is generally used for a power amplification purpose. See, here we initially we are supply AC signal to the base of the first stage, to the base of the transistor in the first stage. The corresponding amplified output due to the transistor action appears at the collector of the first stage transistor. So here to this collector there is a primary winding is connected. See, due to this coupling transformer, the output of the first stage is coupled to the so that there is nothing but the output of the first stage is given as input to the second stage. So finally we are having the output at the second stage. The next one is direct coupled. See, direct coupled amplifier. See, as I said, direct coupled amplifier means there is no coupling device, because the name itself, coupling is done directly, right? So as no coupling devices are used, the coupling of amplifier stage is done directly. That's why we are called it as a direct coupled amplifier. See, the transistor in the first stage will be an NPN transistor, right? While the transistor in the next stage will be a PNP transistor, and so on. See, first stage we are considering a NPN transistor, and second stage a PNP transistor, and so on. So alternatively. So this is because the variations in one transistor tends to cancel the variations in the other. So the rise in the collector current and the variations in the beta of one transistor gets cancelled by the decrease in the other. See, first in the first stage we considering the NPN, and the second stage PNP, and again NPN, and so on. Why? Because is there any variations in one transistor, so they get cancelled by the variations in the other. So the rise in the collector current and any other variations in the beta of one transistor, they may get cancelled by the decrease in the another one, right? So this is direct coupled amplifier circuit. Here the input signal when we are applied at the base of the transistor T1, it gets amplified due to the transistor action. So, and the amplified output appears at the collector resistor, right? Collector resistor, that is RC of transistor T1, that is first stage. So this output is applied to the base of the second transistor, that is T2, right? So which further amplifies the signal, and again the output at stage 2 is connected to the third one, so T3. So likewise the signal is amplified in a direct coupled amplifier circuit. See, the advantages of a direct coupled amplifier, nothing but the circuit arrangement is simple because of minimum use of resistors. So the circuit is low cost because the options of expensive coupling devices. See, there is no coupling devices in direct coupled amplifiers, but the disadvantages are it cannot be used for amplifying high frequencies, and the operating point is shifted due to the temperature variations. Okay, due to temperature variations, the operating point is shifted slightly. So direct coupled amplifiers are used for low frequency amplifications and low current amplifications. Thank you. Thank you all. In the next class, we will see frequency response of all these amplifiers.